Hello everybody, my name is Wing Liang and welcome to Aragon Watch Review. Today is very exciting. I have a special guest. His name is Sizzle Miller, and it's gonna be a fun watch review together. How we came up with this idea was several months ago when Sizzle visited our office, our showroom, and he had a lot of information about bronze watches. I was like, wow, this is something that I personally didn't know about. And I said, would you like to do a watch review with me? And Sizzle was like, nope, I would love to do that with you. And welcome Sizzle to do this watch review. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now, I want to go through very quickly about the specs of the watch, and then we're going to begin talking about bronze watches. So this is the Aragon Parma 2 Bronze 2824. So it's genuine marine grade bronze watch case, I should say, with sapphire crystal, 6 layers of anti-reflective coating underneath the sapphire crystal. ETA 2824 Swiss made. We buy and purchase this directly from Switzerland, ETA. And also comes with 2 sizes, which is 50 millimeter and 45, 3 dial selections. So we have the platinum MOP, we have the Damascus steel dial, and then the final is the meteorite dial. And each size is 100 pieces limited edition. Now, another thing about the Aragon Parma bronze is, I see the market has a lot of bronze watches as well. What makes us different is, I designed them slightly different is because I use the black hands matches with the black crown and also the black mesh bracelet. However, you can dress it up and you can remove the bracelet and add it to the leather strap or the needle and some of the other strap. And Sizzle is gonna show us about that. So later on, we're gonna come back and get a close up of the watch. But I want to talk about why bronze watch.
Well, bronze watches, for any watch enthusiast or collector, you know, that's something that's unique. It's especially with the fact that it's a limited edition model. You get a bit of character added to your collection. It's something that everyone doesn't have. It's something that, you know, it's unique in its qualities of being able to, you know, degrade or develop a patina. It's unique in the fact that, you know, you don't see everybody wearing, you know, everyone has stainless steel, everyone has IP plated, but you don't see a lot of bronze watches. You don't see something that's, you know, unique to the eye and it's eye-catching. It's right off the back. Hey, what's that? You know, it's different.
Right.
It's a conversation piece, you know. Also the fact that, you know, you have the sapphire crystal on the front. You know, it's anti-reflective. It gives you the, you know, the view from all sides where
right.
You don't have, you know, a straight on. You have to be straight on front to see what it is, you know, and that's eye-catching to a lot of people. When you're doing your collection, you know, you want to have 1 or 2 pieces that are #1 limited edition. You want to have something that's
right.
unique, and it's something that, you know, eye-catching and a talking point when you know, at sometimes show off your collection. Even if you don't have a big collection, it's nice to have a piece in there that's unique in its qualities and what it offers.
Right.
So.
And I forgot to introduce Sizzle. He's a big watch enthusiast. Not only he has Aragon watches, he also has a lot of other brands, and that's the whole reason why I want to Sizzle to join us, because I am truly focused on Aragon watches, and Sizzle can share a lot of experience with us about other brands versus Aragon. And you know, I'm very, how would I say? I mean, I love people that not only collect Aragon watches. I love people that collect any other brands. When they, you know, message me, they will tell me, oh, Wing, you know, I love how you did this, but have you ever considered this, and give me ideas. And Sizzle in the past has always private messaged me and give me ideas and tell me what's going on out there, and I greatly appreciate it. And you can also find Sizzle on, you're very enthusiastic also on Facebook and social media, right? So yeah, so besides the quality why bronze watch? You know, the design. What's like the latest thing out there with bronze watches? Like, do people prefer leather strap or is that better with bracelet?
Well, in the past, most bronze watches were essentially rubber strap, period.
Rubber strap, okay.
That's why I think when you came out with yours, that you had a bracelet on it, it was like, you know, very different and very, you know, avant-garde, I should say. You know, it's looking ahead because, you know, it's the first thing they say, oh, you know, bronze watch, you can only use rubber strap, leather strap, which most people are comfortable with and they like it, but there are people out there who prefer bracelets. And yours on a mesh bracelet, I think, was just, you know.
It's a little bit different, right?
Yeah, it was the first to do that. I mean, yeah, there's been other people out there that have done it, but they haven't had much success because you can't really find something to match with it. The fact that you did yours with a mesh bracelet in the IP black with the IP crown and
the matching
black IP
combination,
hands,
yep.
I mean, that's all very coordinated effort.
And I like, one time we were discussing and you brought up something I'd never thought of. You mentioned to me people love to wear bronze watches in the summer is because of changing color and stuff like that. Would you mind to share with us?
Well, you know, summertime is usually a time where, you know, people are out at the beach. They want to go out and enjoy the water. You know, they wear their bronze watches in that environment a lot, especially here in Florida. But the big thing with the bronze is once you expose it to the air, the salt water, you know, it starts to patina, you know, and it starts to develop character. And that's what a lot of people really like the bronze watches for, because like you say, it changes over time. You know, sometimes it's fast, sometimes it's slow, depending on the environment and the exposure. But it develops its own unique character.
Every single piece would develop patina differently,
Yep.
correct, right?
Yep.
And I don't know if you own another brand bronze watches. Do you?
I have.
Oh, you do. So how is the quality of our Parma versus other brands? If you want to share with us what other brand you have, or you
Well,
don't
I won't
have to
mention names, but the other brands that I have are good quality. They're very good, but I was totally blown away by this one, to be honest.
Okay.
Honestly and seriously. Not just because I'm sitting here with
No,
you.
I know. I don't want you.
But, yeah,
I don't want to put you on the
The
spot.
quality and the heftness of the watch, the density, you know, is a nice chunky watch, but it's wearable. You know, and a lot of it goes into the design, to be honest, and we've had that discussion before in the past.
Right.
You know, the way that you design your watches over the years really plays a big part into how a watch wears on your wrist. And that is one of the things that, you know, some of the other watch companies I've had, as far as brass watches, bronze watches, you know, just the uniqueness of it. You know, you have a design effort in it that's totally different from what you're doing.
Right.
It's good, but when you come out with yours, it's like, wow, you know, it's like, why didn't?
Well, thank you.
Why is this better? And you know, we've discussed that in the past. You know, some of the designs of your watches. You know, you have short lug design, which is
Right.
you know, good for
Doesn't overhang,
pretty
yep.
much everybody to wear.
Yep.
You know, I've maybe in my years of dealing with watches, there's been one or two issues where, you know, the short lug just didn't work. But I think the short lug is good because it allows you to conform the watch to your wrist, whereas it's either picked up by the bracelet or the strap the rest of the way, versus having the watch try to conform to your wrist, which is not moving. It's a one unit piece. And then the bracelet or the watch, the bracelet or the strap is, you know, trying to fill in the rest. It's not a perfect design, to say.
Well, thank you. And then you also have a very special question and asked me us yesterday. You were mentioning, does our turning bezel stuck? Mm-hmm. And it was very interesting. It never crossed my mind, but you brought it up. And can you share with us?
Sure. Normally, when you have a watch of this type of metal, as it patinas, the crown and the bezel would normally start to stick. They would start to get stuck, per se, because of the developing patina.
Right.
I had brought that question up with you. I said, well, have you had any that you've already, you know, gone through the patina process? Have you had any issues with any of the bezel sticking, any of the crown sticking? And, you know, that's what you had said. That so far, you haven't had any.
We haven't had any.
But, you know, a good way to resolve that is, you know, WD-40. Some people I've heard in the past, they just, you know, it gets to that point. That's when they don't want to deal with the Pantene anymore. So they just take it off, start all over again. But as you said, you know, a lot of it is resolvable if you had that issue. But you, like you said, you haven't had any major issues with that so far. So.
Yep.
And
Absolutely.
you've had one that you've aged.
Yes, yes. Especially Alan, we age it very. We use. What did you use to speed up the process of aging? Vinegar. Yeah. So that was really cool. We actually what we have done is we put the whole watch in the vinegar, in a cup of vinegar for how long did you put it in? Days? A day or two?
10 minutes.
10 minutes, okay, and then there was no stuck with the bezel. And then, like Cesar said, if you want to resolve that problem, it's really easy. So tip your watch on the sideway, just a special, just a quick tip, and then you spray WD-40 on the side. Let the WD-40 goes inside between the case and the bezel, and then you start turning and loosening it up. I think that's a great tip. And would you like to model some of the watches? Now I know you used to prefer larger size watches, and recently we've noticed you you still have a variety of big and small watches, but I noticed you started wearing more like 45, 44. Do you mind to share something like that with us?
Right. Most of the watches I normally do 50, 55. You know, the 48s. I've recently gone down to the 45s on some watches for the simple fact of, you know, everyday use. You know, it's easier for me with the 45 to move. The 50s are more of a casual environment type of watch.
Got it.
Because I'm not, moving around. I'm not bumping in against everything. But, I can show you.
Yeah, just model. Alan, you want to come in and do a close-up on Scissors wearing, try any one of them and any different sizes.
Okay, this is a 50.
Yep, that's the 50. Yeah, I'm going to model some too. So everybody at home, and you have a 7.5 inches wrist. Okay, so just for the viewers to know, we have the crown stick out. Yeah, we haven't turned it in yet. Cool. I'm going to model the 45. I mean, for me, I have a 6.5 inches wrist. I'm definitely going to wear the 45. And to be very perfectly honest with you, I love the black hands, I love the black crown, and I also love this combination. I've seen other brands with a thick leather strap. So this is a very thick leather strap. It's about 5 millimeter in thickness. It does look really, really nice with a leather strap, the brown leather strap. Love the look. And the patina is already in process. So quick description. All the watches, all these brands' watches are already in developing the patina. So when you receive them, they're slowly, may not be like a rose color, they already have developed patina with the watches. So everybody knows at home what they're gonna look like. Yep.
This is a 50, I mean.
And you're wearing
very wearable, quite easy.
You're wearing the Damascus steel. Mm-hmm. Did you model the meteorite dial?
Yeah.
And Sizzle brought up that the platinum dial looks really good with the black and the blue together. So we specifically put this one together so everybody at home can see this combination.
Right, a lot of people, they've said, it's got the black IP crown on it. It doesn't really match well with anything.
Right.
And then the black bracelet.
I've heard that too.
Right, but you also got to look at it this way. It also gives you a lot more color scheme that you can play with on it.
I totally agree with that. Many of the brands, they either use the bronze crown to match the case, but I really like the contrast because remember, you might switch it to a brown leather strap, you might switch it to a black leather strap, so the hands, the crown will match the leather strap, in my opinion. So let me show everybody at home quickly. So these are limited edition. This is the ETA 2024 exhibition case back, and we calibrate the movement to within 5 seconds per day. To me, it's a really big deal. I like the match bracelet as well. The reason why I say that is because the durability of a stainless steel bracelet, okay? if you decided to go diving with these watches, which is absolutely okay, you want to put on a rubber strap or metal bracelet because the leather strap will deteriorate over time if you get it wet. Is there anything else you'd like to share with us about this collection? Or you can also share with us your personal experience about any other brand. It's absolutely okay. You know, I'm very open, and I always love to hear what other people have to say.
Well, as I said before, you know, I think your palette choices in doing the Parma 2 limited edition with the Damascus steel, the meteorite, and then the platinum mother of pearl. I think that they were excellent color choices. I think that they work well together. I think that it's a unique piece in the fact that it's a limited edition. On top of you doing the Parma 2, which is a new piece for you, I think it's just a ballpark out, knocked out the ballpark run. It's a great hit.
Thank you so much for coming all the way up here, and it was a lot of fun. And seriously, I really want to do this with you more often.
Not a problem.
And if I know you're a busy man.
Whenever you're ready.
Okay, that sounds good. So thank you very much. Thank you. I'll see you all again very soon.